Hello everybody, and welcome to Ridgetop Dual Sport. Haven't been posting in a while just because there's been so much going on. It's just been absolutely crazy. Work has been sending me all over the place, and the weather hasn't exactly been wonderful either. Been having a lot of mud up in the high country, and pretty much not too bad down here, but bad enough. Lots of wind. So it's been about 3 weeks since I've been out on a bike, so this is going to be a nice couple of hours up here on a Sunday afternoon. And I'm going to go see if I can find Barrel Springs again, which is a really kind of little area I really like. And after Barrel Springs, there's an area I've been seeing in the distance. It looks like a bunch of white rocks, but I think what it actually is a old ash bed. So it's kind of eroded into cliffs and stuff. All related to the volcanic activity we had up here sometime in the far, far distant past. But yeah, we'll go take a look at that. And in the meanwhile, head on up Toll Road here. And what's left of it, it's kind of been an ever more eroding mess. And kind of a funny story about, I don't know, a month ago or so, they had a really bad accident in the main highway that connects Carson City and Reno. So everybody was coming out here trying to avoid the big accident because there was like a 4-hour backup on the freeway. So they tried taking this road, and so all their GPSs were guiding regular cars down this, which is absolutely insane. And so from what I heard, they had people stuck all over the place. Just absolutely crazy. I mean, I don't know if it shows up that good in this camera, but there's not much topsoil left. Everything in here is pretty much rock, and it is very eroded rock on top of it. And then there's big ruts, and as we get further up, the edge of the road is actually just about gone. So you do not want to be a car coming down this. A good, really good truck, four-wheel drive, Jeep, truck, whatever, they can do it, but you definitely got to be careful. The side-by-sides still rip up this, though. They don't have a problem. Neither does my TW, of course. Have a big truck to be taken up here. He's going to have some fun when he gets up to the washouts. I don't know if he knows I'm back here or not. I do love my little TW though. It's definitely an awesome little bike for this kind of stuff. Not as comfortable as my KLX, that's for sure. The suspension is never going to match that, but I feel like when I'm on this, I'm not really worrying about anything other than going over the side of the hill. Just kind of move along, just enjoy the ride. One of my KLX, it's twitchy enough, I guess that's the term, or I'm just not a good enough rider. I have to pay a lot more attention to what I'm doing. This is I guess the magic or the curse of the TW is it allows you to cheat so much. I don't always feel like I'm really riding a motorcycle. It just goes. So I am going to have to take pavement for a short while to get on the Loustown Road. So I'll just watch for a gap when there's not a bunch of sport bikes or sports cars coming along. Because I've got a little bit of a climb ahead of me. It's about an 8% grade up to 6,700 feet. And the TW here, if I'm doing 45, it's a miracle. And the speed limit is 45, but everybody goes way faster unless the sheriff is sitting down here. And here he goes. Go T-Dub. Push those RPMs. Guess there's a reason I see more sport bikes and adventure bikes up here. $67.89, so a hair under $6,800. That does okay. It gets me there. Here we are, Louse Town Road. Anyone behind me? Good. The incredible stopping power of the T-Dub's rear brake. Private property, no trespassing. Well, considering the fact there's an OHV staging area on the other side of this road, and this road connects into government land, I don't think the no trespassing sign is really appropriate. So I'm trying to remember the name of this road. I think this is Beryl Springs Road right here. And it goes all the way down into the petroglyph area that I've been before. And I used a different road to get down there before, so I'm not 100% sure how this one gets down there, but I know it does. This is the one that is recommended on the petroglyph site. But if you're ever in the area, the petroglyphs down there, Largo Marcino Canyon petroglyphs, I think is what they call them. It is definitely, without a doubt, worth going down and seeing them. I think there's like 2,200 petroglyphs or something like that. It's pretty crazy. I inflated my tires on the T-Dub here to about 14 pounds for riding the highway, and it's amazing. I can notice the difference between the typical 8 or so pounds that I run on these back roads. Never had a pinch flat with gear. Well, everything I got on here, we're probably running 250 pounds on the bike, and I never had a pinch flat at 8 pounds, and the grip is amazingly better. Here at 14, I can definitely notice the difference, especially in the soft stuff. These little areas here where I wouldn't expect to start sliding. I'm kind of just bouncing and sliding around. I run to 8 just for the extra grip. I mean, I'm going so darn slow most of the time anyway. I'm not too worried about it. Well, that's Beryl Springs in front of me where all the big cottonwoods are. Looks like the willows are starting to bud out, but the cottonwoods definitely are not. But we'll go see if there's anybody over here. Sometimes there's campers, so if that's the case, I'll leave them alone, but who knows? Let's go take a look. Oh, it looks quiet. Probably cleared out for the weekend. Yeah, this is an awesome spot. Whoops. Yeah, the horses and everything have really chewed it up. Cattle too. But it's a very cool spot. Let's look around real quick here. Yeah, you got the creek. So these springs are coming out all around us. You can see some of the old pipes that are not working right now. But out of the volcanics, you get all these springs. And up here by the old grave sites, which, by the way, I've still not determined if they're actually buried here. Look at the size of these cottonwoods. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, there's the water. And the trees. So we'll go ahead and be on our way, I guess. One last look at Beryl Springs here and the mighty T-Dub. And a few extra doves calling out. Maybe they're crawling out too. Okay, well, we'll continue on our way. Some more of the springs in here. greened up nicely. Wow. More squirrels and quail. We got everybody out today. Oh, I see. Okay. You can go around the outside edge. Looks like somebody drained some of it. Yeah, you do not want to go on that in the middle. Oh, that was easy. Okay. Well, that worked. And another piece of motorcycle. So anyway, in front of us here, I think is, yeah, this is where I want to go look. Hopefully this is the right road. See if we can even get back in here. That looks like it's all ash beds over to our left, all that white out there. So I thought, well, let's go take a look and see if I can even get down in there or not. Because sometimes I can make some interesting riding. You know, they can act like sandstone in some cases if they're not too steep. Looks like the road back here is not exactly being used a lot. Definitely a T-dub road. That's too bad. Doesn't look like this cuts in. I was kind of hoping it might. Thought somebody might be heading over there to take a look. Go play in that stuff, but guess I'm maybe hoping for too much. House, home site? There's a home site back in here. Oh my gosh. Wow. Yeah, they've been maintaining this road. Wow, these people really back in here. Crazy. So looking at the map, these roads ultimately do go back, but they go up and over a big mountain, and it's already kind of late in the evening. So what I'm going to do is go back, and those are known as the Chalk Hills, and I thought I saw a road that goes back into them. So, but Chalk Hills, which is kind of a cool name, it definitely fits. So we're going to go back and take a look. Yeah, it does look like it's getting me back to where I want to go, sort of. Or at least going around them. I hope this goes somewhere cool. Trails going everywhere. Yeah, this is kind of what I was trying to find. Here we go. Volcanic stuff. Yep. Whoa, it's bright. Yay, look at that. There was a way to drop down in there, though. I hope so. Well, that's funny. No trespassing, keep out. Really, up here? You can see everybody's plowed around them and just ignoring it. Whoever owns it obviously doesn't keep track of it. But I'm not in a mood to trespass today, so might be worth checking out someday, see who the ownership is. Check my Hunt X app. I was noticing these cliffs back in here. Look at that. That is so cool. Wow. I had no idea these are back in here. Hope I can get closer. So far, everything has been kind of off the road. I'm kind of shocked that there's no roads going back to the cliffs themselves. See a little bit of them right here. Yeah. There they are. So cool. Seeing some holes drilled into them up there. Wow. That's so cool. Squirrel! Another one! Yeah, probably the perspective on the Osmo's not all that good, but those are some really awesome cliffs back in here. They do look like sandstone, too. Well, since this isn't getting any more exciting, I think I'll go back and go look at the chalk hills one last time, not just the cliffs in here, because this is going to exit out to an area I don't care about. Just got to find a place to turn around. Lots of places to camp back in here. Be pretty quiet outside of an occasional mountain lion and a few wild horses. Of course, got the jetliners passing over on a routine basis, but I guess you can't have everything. I'm just noticing there's a lot of flat areas back underneath these pinions. No water whatsoever. Definitely had to bring your own in. Here we go. Looks like we have an overlook. People camping up here, maybe. Something. Bike. So there's the Chalk Hills. It's kind of a cool little spot here. Not rideable though. I don't see anybody going down in there. No sign of anybody anyway. Nice and quiet though. Yeah, I was really hoping this stuff would be some kind of cool rideable stuff. I'm glad I made it out here though. This is pretty cool looking. Fun to look at it. I'm not sure what this stuff is made out of. I'm guessing again ash bed. That's lava right there. Okay, well, at this point, head back for dinner. Had my fun, got to look at it. So very cool. So supposedly I found a shortcut back. And looking at the fact that it's been kind of plowed, guess I'll find out. If nothing else, it'll create a loop that gets me back to the Barrel Springs Road one way or the other. Figured I'd go look at something different. Although, I guess it all kind of looks the same. Lots of pinion and lots of juniper. Amazing how many pinion pines grow back up in this country. Shows that it definitely traps some water back in here. This year, not so much. This has been, we had 80s in March and no precipitation at all. And now we're back into April here. We've had a little bit, but not enough to really do anything. Make the roads bad, and that's about it. There's a single track going out there. Some other time. Saw some fresh tracks on it though. Ah, there's Barrel Springs Road. We made it. That was a nice little sort of truck to get back there. Whoever plowed that, I thank them. So from here on out, it's pretty much all boring back to Reno, Nevada. So I think I'll just say and thank you so much for watching Ridgetop Dual Sport and my little short Sunday adventure here to the Chalk Hills and Barrel Springs. And hopefully, I keep saying it, but hopefully someday work and life will give me enough time where I can do some moto camping and go out and look some other, look around at some other stuff, spend a little bit more than just a few hours. I got areas all over central Nevada I just so badly want to go visit. And one of them is a really cool hot springs, and then there's a ghost town that's way out past them, and I've been wanting to do that forever, so I got to do it before it gets hot. So maybe I'll be able to do that. But anyway, thanks again for watching, and everybody, I hope you're getting some riding in wherever you are, and just have a fantastic week.